Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
All right, so let's talk about making swing changes. And one way that I have found is really successful when trying to get a hitter to make some type of swing change or pattern change, how they move their body and how they move their bat through space. And so for me, eliminating the bat, getting rid of the bat, is a really good way to do it. And what I mean by eliminating the bat is that if we just put a ball and a bat out there, so if I just start throwing a ball or even flipping a ball and giving the player an actual bat to hit with, they're not concentrating on what their body is doing as much as they're concentrating on the ball and typically concentrating on the result. And so if you're making changes, especially big changes, the player has to be focused on what their body is doing. If they do things in the swing that are clearly incorrect, that we need to completely change and clean up, well, I don't want the player to think about anything but what their body is doing. And once we put a bat in their hands and we put a ball in the equation, they go right to focusing on the ball. And if they don't hit the ball well, you see them get visibly frustrated, most players. And if they're getting visibly frustrated because the ball isn't going where they want it to go, typically, it's because they're completely focused on that and they're not focusing at all on what their body's doing. Their number one goal is ball, hit ball. So we get rid of the ball and we get rid of the bat. If you've watched our channel, you know that we do a lot of drills. I've shown a lot of drills. If you have our hitting course, a lot of drills with the bag, a lot of drills with PVC pipes. We take the bat completely out of the equation. We'll do a lot of drills dry. You can do a lot of drills looking in a mirror without swinging. We send players home all the time. Players will say, what can I do? What can I go home and do? I don't have the ability to hit. I don't have a tee. I don't have a net. I don't have a batting cage, right? What do I do? I say, do the drills that we've done without a bat. Right? Do the PVC drills, do the dry drills, find a mirror. There's so many things you can do. If you have a bag, you don't need any space at all. You just need a little tiny space for a bag. If you don't have a bag, create one. We've used in the garage, use a pole in the garage and tape the pillow on it. There's a lot of different things you can do. But let's talk about a few of the things that we do that completely get rid of the bat, that gets rid of the ball, and that allows the player to completely focus on their body, right? Not just getting into good positions, because a swing really isn't just about getting into good positions. Are there certain positions that we're trying to get to at times? Yes, but we never really get to a static position. We're moving through positions all the time. So it's not just about getting there, it's how do we move through that position. Okay, so let's talk about that now. Let's get rid of that for a second. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll take a PVC pipe. So I have a longer PVC pipe here. I have an even longer one, but for right now, we'll use this one, which is longer than a normal bat. To give you an idea, this is a 33-inch bat. And you can see how much longer it is. We have one that's even longer than that. So depending on how old the player is, this is mostly for our younger players, and then you can go with a bigger PVC pipe for our older players. This right here is a very, very short PVC. And I'll use this one a lot to focus on how do we get the bat ready to hit. You can do this in a mirror so a player can actually see what they look like. If you don't have a mirror, it's easy for me as a coach or one of our coaches to see what the player's doing. They're able to get tons of reps in. And so we'll use this. Maybe we're working on the rear arm, getting into a good position to hit. Maybe we're working on swing direction. And so how tight, how quickly, how much from the inside can I turn the barrel into the zone and then feel like I'm swinging from the inside out. And so we'll have the players just quickly go through that. Feel themselves getting into position to hit. A lot of times we'll even spread their feet, we'll take the stride out of it. Getting into position to hit. And then how quickly can I turn the barrel, start to work the barrel back and down so that I can turn it up from the inside and finish feeling my barrel working that way. I had a player a few nights ago that was having a really difficult time taking the lead arm and the front side out of their load. And so they would continually do this and do that, do this and do that. And so we grabbed this and we went over and over about trying to feel that when I get ready to hit, it's my entire upper body and my back, and I'm trying to work those two together. As I load, this all is coiling back. You're gonna see the lead shoulder start to roll back and down, and you're gonna see the upper body, the rear arm start to work back as I feel my back engaged. They're going together. It's not a push away from the body. And so we must have done 100 reps, maybe 200 reps of this right here with a PVC pipe. And then once we got into position, instead of pushing and going here, we got to that position, which really again isn't a static position, but how do we get from here and move through this position so that when I go, my hand starts to get palm up, my arm starts to get under, my knob starts to turn, my barrel starts to go back and down so it can turn up. And all that's happening from the inside and not from the outside in. So really easy things. We can go through the swing. It doesn't have to be 100%. You can go through it 50% and just feel those movements. The other thing is taking a PVC pipe with the bag. So we use the bag a ton. And the bag's one of those things where I think it's a really valuable tool. And there's gonna be some people on social media, listen, there's people on social media that complain and yell about everything, and that's okay. But I think that the bag is so important when trying to make swing changes and getting the player to feel their body doing something different than what they normally do. We need tons of reps. This is a super simple way to get the reps. And so we'll do a lot of our drills on the bag first. Eliminate the bat, eliminate the ball, grab a stick, grab a bag. And we can go through all of our drills and we're just gonna get rep after rep. This is a huge surface area. There's no failing on this bag. I can hit this bag anywhere and I won't get upset as a hitter. You've got a hitter in here that only wants to focus on results. Give them the bag. There are no more results. Well, if you want to call it a result by hitting the bag, you'll never fail. I don't think I've ever seen anyone in the history of our program or doing lessons miss this bag. If you miss this bag, we've got other issues. We got a lot of issues. So, allows the hitter again to feel like they can get away from the results, focus on the process, what their body's doing, and you can go through any drill you want. And I can do this 200, 300, 500 times if I want to. A lot of times we'll go off the bag until I feel confident that the player feels confident in performing that movement that we're talking about, and then we'll progress, maybe to the tee, maybe the soft toss, maybe the front toss. But it starts with the bag. The other thing I like about the bag is because it has a fixed contact point, and a lot of stuff that we talk about is controlling our weight and not wanting to try to go out and get the ball by pushing everything forward, it allows the hitter to feel being back behind the ball because the bag isn't moving. It's just fixed right there. And once we build in a swing that is able to turn the barrel deep and get it into the hitting zone early and hit this bag, which is stationary, Then we take that feel and we transition it to a ball coming in. So I think that's also another highlight of the bag. So those are a couple ways to do it. You can do it, there's tons of other ways, like I said, whether it's just nothing in your hand, whether it's just going through the movements, especially with the mirror, or videotaping yourself, I think can be really, really huge. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. If you want to see other drills that we do where we take the bat and the ball out of the equation, again, you can check out our hitting course. It's in the description below. That's all we got. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you later. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about building the elite swing, check out our new course. We have over 2 hours of content, almost 30 hitting drills. We break down the exact mechanics that you're going to want to implement into your swing. I've put the link in the description if you want to go check it out.